Alright, hey guys. So today I would like to be talking about a topic that we haven't discussed really much, and I found like it's one of the most important topic, or at least it's the one of the topics that I would like to know what's the answer for. Now, it's always been in my mind like, should we be buying packs, or should we be opening up packs, or should we be buying singles? And to answer that, we'll need to do some maths. But let's discuss about what will happen. So like the first thing that it will happen when the game and the marketplace launches will be the cards will be at the highest price. And this is because during this period of time, people are rushing to finish up their collection. Some are buying staples to play constructed, and also like even like the junk rares will be snapped up for people to try some wacky decks. For example, like Pugna will even transact in the first week. And once everybody starts to have once what we call like the rich players start to have their collections, then the price it will start to decrease. So that's what it will happen, and it will even devalue further like 1 month into the game. And the second point will be the Steam will always tax you 15%, and if you're selling something for $1, you only get back like 85 cents. So that's what so that's what Steam will tax you for. And also you need to remember that you can't cash out Steam credit. So no matter like you have $1 million Steam credit, you can only liquidate it if you are buying or like you are selling games to a third party. Yeah. Now, the final one will be when on the day 5 and day 6, the marketplace should start to stabilize, which means that you won't see frantic buying or selling. So on day 5 and 6, everything should be fairly stable, and this is where you want to start to pay attention to the marketplace. Like for the first few days, it will be crazy. Like you are just trying to sell as high as possible. But on day 5 and day 6, you will start to monitor it more. So the question that we would like to answer is: should we be buying packs, or should we be buying and opening up packs, or should we be buying singles? To answer that, first we'll need to understand the boosters. So price of a booster in Artifact is $1.99 US dollars, and if you find like the actual price of the rare per pack, it will be $1.49. And why is it that? It's because if you open up a pack, okay, you have like 10 other cards. Assume like the cards are all really sucky. You can send them to recycle, and you can recycle them for event tickets, and you still get back like 50 cents. So the actual price for per rare will be $1.49. So what does it mean is that if the average price of all rare cards, okay, exceeds $1.49, then we can consider to open pack. So what does this mean is, if we are to calculate the entire collection based on the market price, from what we calculated, if the price exceed $1.49, then it will be worth much more. It will make more sense for us to open the pack. Now, to do the maths, let's just assume. Okay, let's just break it down the cards. So what I did was I just took out the rare. All right, so there's total 77 rares. So I just split them up into 4 categories. Now, the first category is what I'll call the staple rare. So we have cards like Axe Draw Ranger. So it's like the top 13 cards. Okay, so top 13 cards of the game. So this is what we call the staple rare. Now, the staple rare, what I did was I assigned like random prices. The prices that I assigned was here is just a arbitrary number, but I feel it's quite well represented. So at a high price X, let's assume like X should be 20 US dollar. Draw Ranger will follow. Kana is about 15. So it will depend on the power level and such. Of course, there are other considerations as well, like whether it's constructed viable and stuff. So what I did was I calculate the possible high average price of only the rares. All right. So what we did was we take the top 13 cards here, top 13 cards, and we calculate the average price. Now the low price is I just divide the high price into two. So let's assume like the price is like crash 50%. So this will be the price. So staple rare, let's assume like there's a 13 cards. The next will be playable rare. What I mean is playable rare is they like these cards, they're not really that super powerful, but there might be a chance that it will be played in a constructed deck. But because of the card, it's not like a must, so we will call it a playable rare. Now let's assume like currently we have 31 playable rares. So let's assume like the average price is $1. So what does this means is I understand that there are different pricing for different cards, but if we take everything as a whole as an average, and let's assume like it's $1 US, so some might be $1.30, 70 cents, but we'll just take all the 31 cards and we'll just put them as an average price of US $1. So that will be for the playable rare. Now then we have the junk rare. So I took 31 cards as well. Okay, so and I assigned an average value of 50 cents. So it does make sense, because if you look at the playable rare, so what it means that you will be selling at the marketplace for $1, and what $1 means is it's half of the price of a booster pack. Okay, then we have junk rare, which is 50 cents, so it's like a quarter of a booster pack. Then we have like rubbish, we have like the rubbish rare. So the rubbish rare, we will assign it at 20, it's just a 20 cents, so it's like almost like at an uncommon price. Now you notice like I didn't put much rubbish rare into here, is because like the meta is still open, so people will think like all the cards are playable. So most of the cards are playable, so which is why like I didn't put much. So this is, by the way, all the information here is based on just week number 1. So when it comes to week number 2, week number 3, so we will have a different approach for that. Now what this is, I summarize everything. So at the end, so out of 77 rares, so we will assume like from the 13, we will have like 16 out of 13 staple rares. What it means is 70%. 40% of the rares are playable, 40% are junk, 3%, 2.6% are rubbish rare. And I think this is quite a fair representation of the first week. So if you look at it, it's like 50% of the cards are 50 plus is playable, and 40 plus are not playable. And the staple rare, like there are 13 rares, which price is higher than 1 point, higher than an average price of US $1. So this is our assumption. Now what I did with this assumption is I plug into a calculation. So let's assume like week 1, what happened is we have a high price scenario. That means that let's assume like all the price of the cards, all right, so it follows the high point, all right. So then we plug in the numbers. So what I did is I assume like the average price of a staple rare is $9.15 US. Then playable will be 1, junk will be 50 cents, 20 cents. So then this is like the percentage. So after some calculation, so the value of opening up a pack that you will get will be $2. And if you compare it to the numbers that we just discussed, so $2 compared to $1.49, so it's like 44% extra value if you open up the packs in week 1. And why is it that? It's because the market price is high. So if during week 1, if you are looking at the price at this level, what you should be doing will be opening up packs and sell them to the marketplace. So that's what this means. Now let's assume like week 1, almost at the end of the week, and price start to fall really quickly. All right, which means like the price fell half, like the staple rare price, it just like fell half while other remains. So then you'll notice like from the calculation we get like 1.38. So if we compare 1.38 to 1.49, the value is lower compared to 1.49. So what does it mean is you can either open packs or buying single. So if you open packs, the value is lesser by 7% plus. So at this point you are able to consider buying singles. For those that hate maths, you can just assume like if the price of like X or those like the top 13 cards, if you just average them out, if the price is about $4.58, you can consider like maybe it's better to buy singles. That's what it means. Now let's assume like a few weeks later, so what happened is the meta gets stabilized. So you have like the rare, okay, so we adjusted the percentage, so it's like 15% of the cards out of what 15% of the rares are like stable, and you have the playable lesser from 40%. Now we reduce it to 25%. 40 that we decrease the junk rare as well, but we increase the rubbish rare. So you notice like we increase the rubbish rare from 2% to 35%. This is what we calculate. So if we put in all the figures, then the answer is 76%. So the real value that we get by opening up an unknown pack is $1.13 compared to the price of a pack, which is $1.49. So which means that you are getting like 25% lesser in value. And at this moment in time, you should be buying singles. All right, so it's like buying packs is not really worth it unless you are like super lucky. But if you don't trust your luck, then buying singles makes more sense. And yeah, so by using this calculation, what we are able to do is we are able to know like when should we be opening up packs and when should we be buying singles. And to summarize everything, first week the price is high, we can expect an average price for staple rare to be really high. That's where you want to open up packs and sell them. All right, then as the price drops to a certain point, you will notice like if the rares is about 5, the average rare price, that's where you can like stop cracking packs, and probably it's time for you to switch mode to buying singles. And 1 month into the game, definitely what you want to do if you don't have certain cards is definitely buying singles to complete your collection. Well, I kind of have fun while prepare this spreadsheet, and I also like assign some of the random price towards, and I felt like it kind of makes sense. And how do I derive this is that basically I went through constructed tournaments deck, and whichever cards whichever rare that appears in multiple decks, they are given a higher price. So to summarize everything, you just need to understand like it doesn't mean that you should be buying a good card, because cards, whether it's worth buying or selling, it always depends on the market price. So what it means that the market decides whether the card is good or bad. Okay, hope you get what I mean, and thanks for watching.